Okay, guys. Oh, I'm scared. All right. Super spooky, scary vlog today, guys. I am going to be reading The Poppy War. Yeah, it's time. It's happening. It's happening. And I'm horrified. I am so scared about what's going to happen. I am currently 200 pages in. I'm almost halfway through. All I want to do is read this book, you guys. So for those of you who don't know what this is about, this is a fantasy series where this war orphan named Rin, she doesn't want to be married off. She doesn't want to stay with her foster family. Her really only way out is to work really hard and test to get into this war college, essentially. That is all that I know so far. The fantasy elements have like just kind of started being integrated 200 pages in. I have no idea where this is gonna go. I have no idea what's gonna happen, and I want to keep it that way. I am getting really attached to these side characters, which, here's the thing. Knowing that I was going to read this series, knowing that I really wanted to read this, I have been avoiding any and all TikTok reels, like anything about it, except for the ones where like people are just crying. But any video where someone is like talking about this and like kind of explaining why it's sad, I immediately swipe up. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know. But everyone says that there's one part of this book that's really, really sad, and that the end of the next book is really, really sad. So I have a feeling I shouldn't be getting attached to these characters. I have a feeling no one is safe, but I don't know for sure. I'm scared though. I'm really scared. I don't want anything to happen to these people. I have no idea how long this is going to take me to finish. I had delusions that I was going to finish this today. So delusional. It's definitely not happening. I am really interested to see how the fantasy element of it is going to develop though, because Rin doesn't really know anything about this fantasy world. Like, to my understanding, the fantasy elements of this have kind of been pushed into making people believe that it's just myth and legend and that it's not real anymore, even though it is. I always thought that because of just the hype that surrounds this book, the elements of it, I thought that it was going to be really hard to get into for some reason. I thought that it was going to be really not accessible, but it just wasn't. I just for some reason in my head thought that it was going to be really hard to get into, that I was going to take me a second. I was hooked and understood what was going on from like the very first page. Kuang, her writing is extremely accessible. It's really funny. Like, there are parts of this book where I'm like actually like giggling and laughing out loud a little bit, and her character work already is really great. So it's actually really accessible, so don't be scared on that front if you haven't ever started it. Don't be scared on that front. She's very, very good at explaining things in a way that you just understand what's going on really quickly. We'll see. I really liked that. My battery's about to die. I gotta go. God. Ew. Oh God, y'all said this was brutal. Like, I have heard that this is brutal, but like, oh my God, this is like gross. Ew. Oh my God, this is sad. Like, not like, that's the thing about it, is that not only is it like brutal and like disgusting to read, quite frankly, but it's like sad. Like, imagining these things being done to people is horrific and sad. Like, this is sad. And isn't this like based on like actual war techniques. I need to Google that because I'm pretty sure I heard that like even though it's fantasy, like obviously the fantasy elements aren't based on truth, but like I'm pretty sure that a lot of these war techniques are based on things that really used to happen, which is even more horrific. Oh, this is making me sick. Oh. Oh. What? Ew. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I hate what was just implied. I hate what was just implied. Freak. Freak. Okay. All right, we are done. I'm done. I just finished this like literally not even 30 seconds ago. I just finished this. And I have a lot of thoughts. One being, and I feel like I didn't really touch on this a whole lot when I first introduced this vlog, but Rin's character has faced so much abuse, emotional, physical, like everything, turmoil. She's just faced a lot, and that definitely impacts her decision making throughout this book, which is so interesting to me because a lot of times she's not making decisions that I like. And that's hard. It's hard because it's fascinating because in war, like there sometimes is no right decision. Like sometimes there is no right call. Like people are gonna die based on your decisions. Horrible things are gonna happen to people that aren't you based off your decision, or people that are you based off your decision. And so realizing that she is really stuck between a rock and a hard place like the majority of the time, but then it's not just her, it's everyone else. Like everyone else is also lost. Everyone else is also making bad judgment calls because they're so desperate to get revenge and help their people and stop this war that like everyone is making these bad decisions. And so that can be like frustrating at some points, but also is like so interesting. And so I'm really curious to see where this goes from here. There is one character that is presumed dead that I do not personally think is dead. I'm really interested to see where this goes. Definite 5-star though. Her writing is insane. Like her writing, her world building, her character work, like just all of it is so insane and so crazy. This woman is so smart. Like she is so smart and she is so talented. I didn't really cry that hard during this book. I definitely cried at like 1 or 2 parts at the end, but I didn't really like cry. And I know that these are the famous last words. Like people are always like, oh, people always say the series is so sad. It's not right now. Look, I'm not saying it's not sad, it's horrific. It's horrific. And speaking of horrific, by the way, earlier when I said that I thought that chapter 21 specifically is based off of real events, I was right. It says it in the author's note in the back of this book. I was right, which is disgusting and made me want to vomit everywhere. So that was great. But yeah, we're doing great. Knowing something's dark and then going into it and reading it for yourself, though, is like a totally different experience. I don't know if I'm gonna start it right away. I might need a little break. I don't know. This was like a lot. Like in the best way. It was a lot in the best way. I'm so glad that I'm reading it. I feel like it's like definitely a staple in the fantasy genre. Like I'm so glad that I'm reading it, but it's a lot. I might need a little break. R.F. Kuang never lets you forget for even one moment that this is war and it is brutal and horrible things are going to happen at every turn, basically. I read a scene like 2 pages ago where someone just died from exhaustion, like just died, dropped dead, thrown overboard, like that didn't even matter. And then this, Rin saw him raise a broadsword over his head and cleave a soldier's skull in half so neatly he might have been slicing a winter melon. And that's tame. That's tame for this book, for what's been going on here. All right, friends, so it's the next day. I just got home from work, so I figured I would update you guys on what I read yesterday. So I have a little over 100 pages left. Things are happening. Last clip, I did mention something about like, something is gonna have to happen. Like something is gonna have to change. There's gonna have to be a plot change. And there is. There is a plot change, but 2 major ones really. And I love the direction that this is going in. I love the direction this is going in. And this book, okay, first thing, I have never I have not in the process of reading the Poppy War and this ever once thought to myself, all right, I'm ready to read something different. I'm ready for this book to be done. Because you know, like when you're reading a series or even just like a standalone, sometimes if you're not like absolutely obsessed with it, you can kind of be like, all right, glad this is over so I can move to the next thing. Like I have never once thought that. I have been gripped the entire time, loving it. Second thing, this book, and I don't know if this is gonna sound strange. I want you to bear with me. This book has really put war into perspective for me that I have not had before. So meaning you are seeing not only Rin's point of view during the war, but everyone whose side she's on, the people that they're trying to be allies with, their enemies. And the people they're trying to be allies with are making decisions for their own reason and are having to make tough decisions. There are people that are siding with them, but maybe they're not siding with them with the best intentions. There's so much at stake. And there was a scene that I read last night where, I'm not going to spoil anything, but someone couldn't follow through on a promise. And they could not follow through on a promise because of the good of their own people. And I just I don't know. I just feel like that's so realistic. Like people you think might be good that are actually bad. People that you might want to be allied with that have to make a hard decision. Like everyone, every single person, every single side, every single province in this book is having to make impossible decisions. They're having to make impossible choices. And it's just really put war into perspective for me in a way that it never has. Because I've never read a book with this much war, and I haven't ever given, I mean, now I have, like, you know, with what's going on with the world. I'm really nervous for Katai. I'm really nervous about the Katai situation. I'm nervous about the Rin situation. I'm nervous about the Psyche. Is that how you say it? I'm worried about them. I'm worried about another character who I can't say because it spoils a part of the first book. Or I'm really intrigued with what his character is doing. I'm going to go ahead and finish this tonight. I'm going to go change out of my work clothes. Finish this up. I'm scared. I've heard that the last 100 pages of this are crazy. I'm nervous, but gotta be done. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Because I just am so interested as to what the plot of the third book is going to be. And that all depends on how this book ends. I mean, duh, that's how a book works. You know what I mean. God, this is not gonna end good. I just know this is not gonna end good for them. I just know it. I can tell. Oh. Oh. Why did he do that? I love him and that makes me so scared something's gonna happen to him. Surely not. Surely not. Dude, you know, I was thinking to myself, when do people cry? Right here. This is where it is. That was wild. I loved this book. 5 stars, for sure. I probably need to think on it for a second. Actually, I don't need to think on it at all. This was great. This was awesome. I really, really liked this one. I don't know more than the first. I think I still might have liked the first one better. I don't know, but definitely great. Wow. So much is happening. So much is happening. I'm so interested to see how this ends. I'm so interested to see how this ends. Oh my god. Okay, I will see you in a few days when I start the next one. Wait! Oh my god. Okay, so I'm not really halfway through. I'm almost halfway through, but sorry, the glare on my glasses, hold on. Also, I'm wearing a heating pad, so don't judge me. It's so funny because we're having a conversation with these characters. They're recounting something that one of the characters did in the Dragon Republic in the second book. And when that happened in the second book, I was like low-key horrified. I was like, this is disgusting. I can't believe that she did this. But it's so funny because now in this context of hearing her recount what she did to a different character, I'm like laughing. I'm like, oh, this is kind of funny. Like, this is kind of comical that she did that. Like, the way that the words were exchanged, it's just so... this writing is so good. Hearing the perspective from why other people are doing things, it really just makes you think. I don't know. Because the plot has changed in like the best way possible. Like, I love what's happening right now and I'm so interested to see. I just have no idea how this is gonna end. I have no idea how this is gonna end. I have no idea how this plot is going to develop. And I'm terrified. Like, I've seen so many people bawling at the end of this book. Like, I'm terrified, but also so curious. I can't stop reading. Like, when I'm not reading, all I'm thinking about is how I want to be reading this book. What is going on? What is happening? I have like 100 pages left. I'm so concerned. Stop it right now. Like, actually stop it. Stop it. Actually stop it. I think part of what I'm doing right now is I'm waiting for something horrible to happen. Like, it seems like everything's wrapping up right now. but I still have about like 50 pages left. And I'm just like, maybe were people like, because I've seen clips of people crying and I'm like, are people crying maybe because in a happy way? I always assumed people were crying in like a bad way, like in a last gotcha thing. I look so crazy. I look bad. Pay no mind. So I'm just like, what is gonna happen? Like, is this gonna have a happy ending? Also, I'm losing my voice. If you can't tell, I'm losing my voice. But I feel like it would make sense this is the last book. Hopefully it doesn't have because I know some series have a sad ending, but I'm like, normally it wraps up in a good conclusion. I don't know. Oh my god. No. Wait, what? Okay, I think I see what's happening. What is going on? No. No, no, no. What the hell? How on earth do I have like 17 pages left? What is going on? Oh, I think I know. Oh, fuck, I think I know. Oh, I hope I'm wrong. What the fuck? God, why did you have to do this? I'm hot. I'm bothered and I'm hot. I need time to process this. I need time to process what the fuck just happened. I'm like in shock right now. Like I really feel like I'm in shock. Okay. Oh god. 2 nights ago, I finished The Burning God. And I feel like in the clips you could from what I remember of what I got from the other night, you can see the shock on my face. Like I feel like I wasn't bawling super hard when I finished it because I was just purely in shock. And then I turned off the camera and I started to think about everything. And I was just crying. Like, I mean, I genuinely was weeping. Thinking about the implications of what had just happened, the end of the book, what this meant for the whole series. I was crying. I was weeping. I just don't understand. I understand, but I feel like I'm going to be processing this for ages. Like genuinely, I feel like this book is going to haunt me. Truly. Like truly, I feel like this, I will never not be thinking of this. The ending, like she stuck the landing. The ending was, oh my god. Because I'm also trying to say stuff without it being spoilery. The ending, I genuinely don't think that it could have ended any other way. It was headed in this direction for a lot longer than I realized. Jesus. I'm gonna start crying. I need to not. This series is just, I love something that you can just sink your teeth into and dissect and think about, can you be a good person and do the horrible things that you have to do or that you believe that you have to do in order to keep your people safe? Can you still be considered a good person when you're doing things like that? What does the effect of having this power have on you? What's the implications of what you're doing, and what does that make you, and what does that make other people, and what does that make the other people who are having to make these decisions? And like the colonization, like it was just so good. It was so good. I do like, this is, if you're thinking about starting this series, this is a grimdark fantasy series. So there are things that happen that are horrific and horrible. It's just dark. Like, it's just like terrible shit happens throughout this entire series. Like, just terrible crap keeps happening, no relief. The lens at which we get to see these things happening through was just so impressive. The character work is just so impressive and fantastic. R.F. Kuang is one of the greats. Like, she is one of the greats. She is so impressive. And the fact that she was able to make me feel ferociously upset, and the fact that I still feel that way, like, and I will be feeling like that for a really long time. Like, I cannot wait to watch all of these TikToks about people dissecting this series like it's a thesis for a college paper. I cannot wait. I want to go down that rabbit hole. I just can't yet because I'm still too emotional. Like, I need to give it a second, and then I'm going to be able to give that my time and attention, because I just can't. Also, if you have read this series, or after you finish The Burning God, listen to Blue by Billie Eilish. Have that make you cry some more, and then thank me. Do I even have to say it? 5-star series. This is the first fantasy series that I've read where every single book has been a 5-star, each for their very own reason. Like, every single book, the plot has developed so much, the characters have developed so much. Each book is a 5-star for its own reason, and I just think I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. I can't wait for Catabasis to come out. I need to read Babel. Oh, Jesus. I know that that one makes everyone cry too. I don't know what else to say other than that I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's like, there are so many things to analyze with this, and I love that. I love that. I love that this is gonna stick with me, that I will be thinking of this for forever. I don't know. I feel like I will still be thinking about this when I'm like 60, and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, yeah, that was crazy. Because it was actually insane. I will be suing for emotional damage, I think. I think that that's my next step.